The Cold War was a deadly war fought between the Americans and the Soviets. Today we are going to explain the Soviets' expansion in Europe, the Korean War, and the Cold War fears. The Soviets developed more and more nuclear warheads, and so did the Americans, causing more and more fear in both nations. Especially in the Americans, fears like communism, McCarthyism, and teaching our children to duck and cover.
Meanwhile, in Korea, they split in half at the 38th parallel, the northern half becoming a communist nation, and the southern half becoming both a capitalist nation and allies with the U.S. War was bound to come, and when it did, the U.S. came to the aid of South Korea, and eventually we pushed the Northerners back thanks to the president, Dwight D. Eisenhower.
The Soviets, after World War II, thought it was a great idea to start expanding into the countries that were left distraught and turning them into communist countries because they wanted some buffer. And then they made an iron curtain around them, keeping everyone out and everyone in.
It was bitterly cold, and the fog was as thick as pea soup. Kim Jong-un sat at the table, warming himself by the fire, his plans of attack spread out before him. The date is June 24th, 1950. With the tap-tap of the rainfall outside and the heat radiating off the fire, he found himself asleep. He is suddenly woken up by the sound of thunder.
11:29 already? Just a minute ago it was 7 o'clock.
But something is wrong. The air is too cold for a June night. Or maybe the fire is making him overheat. The shadows look too dark, and the fire looks too bright. He looks around, but sees nothing out of place. He gets back to work, but once again finds himself drifting off to sleep. Or so he thinks.
Rise and walk with me.
What? Who are you? How did you get in?
Let me go! I demand you!
What is this? Where are we? When are we?
No.
The house is like hungry.
Yes. You see, you remember, he embarrassed you. Look what he did. Boasting. He was going to attack North Korea. Well, look now. The war is only about to begin.
But why? Why am I here?
I'm here to show you, to prepare you, to tell you the others are wrong. You are right. They are capitalistic. You are communists.
And what are you? What do you believe?
I believe in nothing and everything at the same time.
I'm done with this game. Take off the mask and take me home.
Very well. But one last thing.
You will go. You will win. You will fight. You will sing. And for that you will bet. Newfound power will fry. It will come back to this day.
After his first visit, Kim Jong-un was angry. He hated what he couldn't understand, what he couldn't control. But once again, he fell asleep.
Wakey, wakey!
No! Not you again! Get out of my dreams!
Me again? I don't recall ever seeing you before. And you know me, never forgetting your face, because you know me.
You're crazy! Be gone, you! Get away!
No thanks. Oh, and I don't think this is a dream. I mean, come on. This is as real as it gets. Anyways, let's go.
Woohoo! But we didn't move? What? What am I doing in that chair? I'm standing right here. Hey!
He can't hear you. I mean, you can't hear you. Or is it he? You know, I don't know. That's a new one for me. Usually it's more natural with the regulars. Well, they're never irregular, if you ask me. But that's what two presents can do to someone. Not like two gifts, but two right nows, you know?
Return me to my body, now!
Well, technically that's not your body. I mean, it is, but like, you're here too, so...
Enough! I said enough!
But don't you see? Look at yourself. You have the power. You can stop this nonsense and create a peaceful place. A place without war.
Return me at once.
As I said, I don't think it's returning you to your body. I think you're already there. I mean, you are in a dream, aren't you?
What is it now? Leave me be! What? I can't see. Where are you?
You will come.
I'm done with this. Good night.
No.
This is...
Seal, yes.
But it's...
The United States, yes. They joined the war after you took over the capital. Seal. They wanted to stop communism from spreading, and also wanted to keep a World War III from happening. And maybe they were right. Until a ceasefire exists, there will be 415 dead South Koreans and 429 wounded. With 36,000 dead Americans and 95,000 injured, and for nothing. You will fight your way down, but get brought back up, right where you began. You'll come back to the 38th parallel. There's no point.
No point? I don't even know what you're talking about. You act as though this has already happened. How can you know the future?
I know what I know. The war is destructive and causes great economic damage to all of Korea. But the United Nations will be legitimized and will gain more military power. Now more countries know how the United States is anti-communist.
But?
This is what happens. You are back, many of your people dead.
But?
After the United States joins, the South gains control back from the land you have taken. Even more soldiers die.
Yes, but that's what they are, right? Soldiers.
I tried.
Tried? Tried what? What are you talking about?
But when Kim Jong-un woke up the next day, he didn't even hesitate. He had his plans and would soon have his way.
Americans were not okay with the idea of a Cold War. They feared for their lives. They asked themselves, what's to come?
Tom? Is this Tom? Yes, Mr. McDonald. How are you today? That's wonderful. I need to talk to you about building the interstate highway system. We need to bring this nation together.
Yes, President Eisenhower. The plans were sent to me by President Roosevelt a few years ago, and just out of curiosity, are we going to tell the citizens about the actual reason we are building this road?
You mean the, using the interstate as emergency runways so we can land planes if the communists attack? Because we're terrified that that could happen anytime soon? No, I don't think we should mention that.
Yes, President Eisenhower.
Listen, Stalin, we have the nuclear bomb. We have the best technology. What? Excuse me? Well, whatever you're saying. Us Americans have developed the, wait for it, the rocket.
Yes,
Come again? Communist!
So, I'm guessing you don't want your pizza? Hello? Oh, I'll take the pizza. Thank you, Mr. Communist. I'm not paying for it, by the way.
So remember, children, duck and cover.
Any questions?
Yes. Are these desks really going to save us? Won't they incinerate when the bomb hits?
No, not at all. These are American-made desks.
But...
No more questions for today. Why don't we work on our arithmetic?
Duck and cover, duck and cover, duck and cover.
Everyone, I have the answer to all of our problems. Here, on this list, are the names of all of the communists working within the government. I can save us all!
How do we know you actually have names on that list? Show us.
Shush. You're only saying that because you're a communist too.
Oh my goodness!
What? Oh! Stop it.
America's big bomb! Maybe you'll do something about that!
I'm sorry I'm interrupting, but there was this new doll in Poland and I was wondering, you know.
Got to the chase, Avienta!
Would you buy me one?
Poland, yeah? Smell that Poland air! Disgusting!
Sir, I got the doll that you wanted. Why did you want it again?
For my daughter! Yeah, no, I'm serious. For my daughter. Stop looking at me like that! Now that I've Poland, maybe I could take my puppet regime further.
Oh, maybe we should talk to him.
Well, see, that's the problem. If we talk to him, he'll just take more and more and more.
I understand, but if we don't do something, all these countries will become communist countries, and that's a chance I just can't take.
Okay, so do you have a solution?
Well, George Kennan has this idea of containment, to keep the Soviets from expanding by establishing NATO, so the Western Front can have a line of defense.
Sounds perfect! Let's go build the NATO defense. We'll make the blueprints tonight. We can work till it's light. Find George Cannon, give him a whirl. Right on down to the NATO defense. Come on, follow me. You'll be happy to be there.
Okay, well, I'm going to go now.
Looking through light, down at the NATO, if only 'cause NATO is what we come to. Nothing matters, but knowing nothing matters. It's just life, so keep working through.
Okay, so you guys are going to lead Poland and Hungary. So, just a big communist.
Yeah, that's why you picked us, because we are communists.
What I think Arpad was trying to say is that, we are grateful that you chose us to lead Poland and Hungary.
Oh, yeah, right. I didn't mean to upset you.
Just communist, please.
Yes.
Be nimble, Jack, be quick. Jack, jump over the candlestick.